Hi, hello. This is Trainer from UPlus Training. Today we will be learning about the SAP MM vendor evaluation concepts, nothing but configuration part. So in the last class we have defined weighing keys, vendor evaluation, purchase organization data, etc. Now let us define permissible partner roles for account group. So let us see what is permissible partner roles for account group. Here, here we can specify for each account group of the vendor which roles the vendor may assume. So nothing but what is the role of the vendor. So we are going to specify it here. Example, we can specify that certain vendors that only serve as an ordering address and not as an invoicing party. Just for the order, some vendors will be there, and for invoicing, the some other will be there. So, what are the permissible partner roles for this account group can be notified here. So, path is same till purchasing, SPRO, SAP reference IMG, materials management, purchasing, when we have partner determination, then partner roles, then define permissible partner roles for account group. So here you're going to create the permissible account roles for partner groups. Click on new entries so you can define your own partner role also. So select the function. Let's say ZV, place of receipt, group. Hit F4 and select available group. So we'll go over the standard group 0001. Enter, save. So like this we define the partner admissible rules. Now next is define partner schemas. So nothing but these schemas we are creating for vendor master data. So the schemas are mainly for vendor master data. So what does here schemas meant for? Partner schema allows us to group various partner roles. So what is partner schema is? It group various partner roles, okay, and we can specify that certain roles in a schema which are mandatory, that is cannot be assigned, cannot be changed after entry. So why we are defining partner schema is here we can define the partner schemas to allow the groups various partner roles, and we can specify that certain rules in a schema which are mandatory, that is it cannot be changed after any entry. And for our book company we maintained, for book company we maintain schema groups as Z1. So let us define the Z schema. Path is same till partner determination, partner settings in vendor master records. Partner settings in vendor master record. and you have defined partner schemas. So here, click on new entries. Let's say Z1. So that is our partner schema we will define. So we'll write partner schema for your company code PO1. Okay. Enter. Okay, it says an entry already exists. So if it is exists, let us go and copy the available data. Position Z1. Click on copy as. We'll remove and we'll write Z5. Enter. So we are going to copy all the entries available. So click on copy all. Enter. Now here we will write book count. So it is not taking. Enter, save. Enter again. Now next we are going to talk about assign partner schemas to account groups. So whatever schemas we have created, that you are going to create, that you are going to assign it to your vendor account group so that the integration takes place between them. So basically here we assign the whatever schema group just now we have configured, that is Z5, that we will assign it to our vendor group. So path is same till partner settings in vendor master data. Then you have assign partner schemas to account groups. So as we didn't create any vendor group as if now. So before we assign this, let us go and create vendor groups. We can create the vendor groups in vendor master. Yeah. So let us define account groups for vendors. So first we will configure this step. SPRO, ING, Logistics General, then you have Business Partner, then we have Vendors, then Control, then Define Account Groups and Field Selection. So here you have Define Account Group and Field Selection Group. So in that, let us create an account group. Configure here vendor account group, click on new entries. Now here, give the vendor account groups. We will give vendor account group as B001 and let's write vendor account group. Then if it is a one-time account, we need to click on one time. If not, we can directly go for the general data or company code data bifurcations. So let's say purchasing data, account management, So you want reconciliation account or cash management group as required entry, save the data. So these are the few control parameters which we are going to maintain it. For example, in purchasing data, we want, for example, we have created order currency, we have terms of payment. So if you want the terms of payment in order currency, we are going to make it as an standard entry, save the data, that is required entry, then go back one step. And coming to purchasing data partner usage group. So in the partner usage group, we will find business partner assignment. So if you want business partner assignment to be a required entry, we can do it. So we have done the configuration relating to business partner. Then in additional purchasing data group. So in additional purchasing data group, for example, we want a plant to be a required entry. Then we can make a required, as if now it is in optional mode. So like that, we have to go to, if you want the purchasing plant. So your partner usage at plant level in the group. So if you want maintain partner assignment at the plant level, still we can make it a required or optional field over here. Now, next data retent levels purchasing. If you want vendor sub-range relevant, then if you check this box, it will be going with the vendor sub-range. Or you want plant level relevant, then the vendor will be configured with the plant level. Default values. Do not transfer any data. If you don't want to transfer any data from one vendor to the another vendor, then if we check this box, that will happen. Now, for example, you want to expand the field status. So there's no entry. You want to copy as from the available account group, you want to copy as, we can copy. Now we want to delete a particular account group, we still can delete it here. Save the data, go back. Now, define screen layout specific for purchase organization. You wanted to create any screen layout specifically for your purchase organization. Yes, still we can create it here. So new entries. So for example, purchase organization, let's say B001, enter. Okay. So let us select the standard purchase organization. EKORG is the standard one. Select. Now purchasing data. For 0001, what are the fields you want to make it active? So an entry already exists. If you want to create your own relevant purchase organization parameters, we can still go ahead and do it here. As if now, we will go with the standard data. Then, so define number range intervals for vendor master records or vendor master. So you're successing this based on intervals. Then yes, whatever the standard intervals available here, we can go ahead with that. No, we are going to maintain based on the number range. Then yes, if you click on number range, it will specify the number range. So we can create it. Now click on position. So give your account group and assign the number range. So here I'm going with the standard one, 01. Save the data. Go back. So we can see in the standard 01, what are the number range available, intervals for 01. So it is 129999. So no problem. And it is external. External means whenever we create a vendor master, we need to give the vendor code. Now, let us assign the account group. Materials management, purchasing, vendor master. Now let's define terms of payment. So we understand what is terms of payment. Terms of payment here is nothing but the payment rules and conditions. Here you are going to define what are the terms and conditions should be availed in order to avail the payment term. So payment term here is nothing but your discount terms. So here you are going to specify what is a discount we can avail it for a particular payment when we are processing. Click on new entries. So we will create B001, sales tax, payment term, your company code. Now here you specify percentage, like how much would be the percentage and what would be the payment number of days, payment days. So let's say if you're going to pay it in 15 days, we can avail you 5%. If you're going to pay it in 20 days or 18 days, then it would be 4%. So like this, you're going to maintain the payment parameters. Enter. Save it. Enter again. Go back one step. Now, partner determination, partner settings we have assigned. Now assign partner schemas to account groups. Hit on IMG activity, click on position, give your account group B001 which we just created. Now here PS, that is purchase organization code, hit F4 and select the standard code. So we have went with Z5, that is Z5. Then PSVSR, nothing but purchase organization data. So Z5. Then here PS partner determination. So here we have set that same code, partner determination Z5. Enter. Save the data. Enter again. Go back. Now next. Define partner schemas for purchasing documents. So already we have done this partner schemas. And next is, now let us talk about materials management, external services management. So we are talking about external services. What are the external services for your materials management that we are going to configure here? So we are first, as it is external service management, we will talk about service category. So what is service category here? In this step, what we do is we define the service category, and the service category is the most important criterion for structuring. So basically what we do here is we define the service category, and here in the service category what we do is, and the service category is the most important criterion for structuring the data. And service master records, it provides a default value for the valuation classes, and the service master records can be assigned to number ranges on the basis of the service category. So basically what is the service category here is, we maintain the default value for the valuation classes. So here you're going to maintain the valuation classes data, and these records can be assigned to number ranges on the basis of the service category. Mm.